Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now we're going to do a presentation. So the presentation is about the detailed outline, which will be written by each of the member group. So I'm gonna mention the member of our group. First is there is Muhammad Rayhan, and there is me, Muhammad Rehan, and there is Dea Anggie Syahrani and Eriani Eka Putri. So I'm gonna be the moderator and also the presenter of this presentation. And without no further ado, let's just get jump into the presentation. So first here we have the first page, what is outline. So first page will be written by the member of the group. For the presenter, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Rehan, for the time. So I will explain about what is outline. Next. So outline is a plan for a writing project or speech. Outline are usually form of a list divided into headings and subheading that distinguishes main point from supporting points. Next. And the next is type of the outline. So there are alphanumeric, decimal, and full sentence. Alphanumeric use numbers, letter, and period to organize headings and subheading. And alphanumeric also define hierarchy and align your thought logically. The key point are the first level of a hierarchy, less essential point, and the following level. Second is decimal, same as alphanumeric but uses number only. Individual words, phrases, or complete sentences can be used. Decimal show how minor points related to major ones, and to add extra information, use Arabic numeral separated by a period. The last one is full sentence. Full sentence is use complete sentences for each heading or subheading, and might take more time to develop but reduce the time needed to prepare an essay, and can be created according to the structure of the alphanumeric outline. Okay, next. Well, this is the example of alphanumeric, decimal, and full sentences. As we can see from the alphanumeric, the example is use the letters. In decimal, they are used the number, and in a full sentence, it use the full of sentences. Okay, that's all the explanation from me.
All right. Thank you, Eriani Eka Putri. So now we have already learned from the first page of the presentation. Now we're going to move into the next session, which is will be brought to you by the second presenter. The second presenter, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Rehan. I'm going to explain to you about outline quantitative research. Okay, so outline of quantitative research, there are two types. The first one is introduction. The second one is literature review. The introduction is that introduce the topic of understudy and the roadmap of the paper, such as problem to address, scope and motivation, objective, methodology overview, summary of result, a bit of more detailed than abstract, contribution of the paper, outline of the paper. The second one is literature review. It depending on the nature of paper, conference paper, it may be placed in introduction. It has critical analysis in the state of art, identification of current limitation in the state of the art, and how will this paper extend the state of the art on the theme under analysis. The third one is method. It has used diagram, algorithm, equation to convey information, and replicability should be a goal. So be detailed but concise and objective at the same time. The fourth is experimental setup. This section might be included in the result and discussion section if the experimental setup is too simple. It has data acquisition protocol, data pre-processing, and data annotation. The fifth is result and discussion. It has outcome of the proposed methodologies, simulation, calculation, and throughout data analysis and interpretation of result. The sixth one is conclusion, and it has summary of contribution of the paper. Okay, thank you.
That is the presentation from the second presenter. So in this third page, I would like to give some presentation about quantitative research of treatment, effectiveness and completeness of treatment target. So for the moderator, please to the next slide. So we already have a few just like introductions, theoretical or library study. So first I'm gonna explain about introductions. Introductions concludes a few things, which is first the background of the problems, two, problem identification, and three, restricting the problem, fourth, formulation problems, five, research benefit and uses, and there is the introductions. As we can say before, we already explained about more about things that we use on the paper. So this is gonna be about more for the theoretical in this page. So there is this second things that could happen, and the second things is theoretical. So theoretical conclude a few things as well. First is conceptual definitions, effective or complete criteria, and then there is the relationship between treatment with a variable, and then there's four theoretical frameworks, or we can say that thought, and there is a research hypothesis. For the moderator, please go to the next slide. And then there's also more about these things. There's the third things, which is a research methodology. The first one is research process, purpose, place in time of research, research methods and population and samples, treatment design, data collection techniques, instrument, data analysis techniques, and also and there's also a result and discussion, which is really basic. there is a data description and discussion. So in this result and discussion, we can see that if we were writing a paper, it's gonna be have a valid data about the description and also has a discussion tab on the paper. To the next slide, please. So there's conclusion, implication, and suggestion. So as you can see that there is also more about these things: conclusion, implication, and suggestions. And also there's some attachment and bibliography. Conclusion, we already know that about conclusion. So it means like a summary in those paper which will be included on the paper. So, and also there are suggestions. We already know that because we're gonna talk about more further ado by the next presenter. So we're moving now into the fourth presentation, outline of comparative quantitative research will be presented by the next presenter after me. So the next presenter, time is yours.
Thanks, Rehan. Okay, I will explain about outline of comparative quantitative researches. Comparative or comparison method is research that use the techniques of comparing an object with another object. Next. This is the outline of comparative method. The first, for the chapter 1, there is introduction, consists background of the problem, and then identification of problems, restricting the problem, formulation of the problem, and research benefits use. In chapter 2, there's a theoretical or literal study that consists of conceptual definition, definition of the concept of treatment variable, definition of the concept moderator variables or attributes, relationship between variable, the relationship between second variable, theoretical framework or thought, and the last one, research hypothesis. Next. In chapter 3, research methodology. The first one, they are research purpose, place and time of research, research methods, population and sample, treatment design, internal and external validity control, data collection technique, instrument or moderator variable or attribute, and data analysis technique. Chapter 4, result and discussion. Consists of data description, requirements analysis test results, statistical hypothesis testing results, and discussion of research results. Next. Chapter 5, conclusion, implication, and suggestion. And then bibliography, and the last one, attachment.
All right, I think that's it from a presentation about the. So I think it's really excited to know about those things. And also I would like to give you some pleasant about because giving us the attention to hear about the presentation as well. So if you have any question, better not, because we're not opening the session question session yet. So you can ask them later. So I would like to give my thanks to all of you who has given us the attention to do the presentation, and that is the end of us. And I think that's it. Thank you very much, and we will meet in the next presentation.